All right, good morning or afternoon, whatever time it is by you. We're back. Uh, Doubled our money from yesterday. I'm gonna pull up the lineup really quick. One of our um prime spots was Giancarlo Stanton going yard and Coors, having Matt Olson going 1 for 4, but had a grand slam. Charlie Morton only had 4 strikeouts, but went 7 innings. Got the quality start and got the win. Garantini drove in an RBI, got an RBI single as the only run in the Brewers game yesterday. I don't know what the odds are on that for that to happen. It's pretty much it. We had 2 zeros in the lineup. Josh Donaldson 0 for 3 with a walk. Gleyber Torres went 3 for 4, 3 singles and a run. It got the job done because Kenta Maeda and Luis Castillo, both kind of chalky guys, just didn't do a damn thing. So a little bit of luck there, but any takeaways from yesterday?
Yeah, like we said on the show yesterday, we were just not going to play Castillo. He was double the ownership of Morton, and it ended up being close to triple. Morton was like 10 to 12%, depending on the contest, and Castillo was 30 to 35, depending on single entry. And it just didn't make any sense based on the optimal odds. So we went with Morton. It ended up working out. Sometimes it doesn't, but that was our lean yesterday. Maeda, we did also shout. We thought he was a decent play, but he couldn't stop walking guys, and the field ended up getting like 20%, so that helped. Really disappointing. Adames sent one to the moon in like the top of the eighth, and it went foul by about 3 centimeters. And when he hit it, I thought for sure that thing was gone, and it just kept drifting left, and that was sad. And his at bat before that, he had a double that hit the top of the wall. I was like, damn, he could have had 40, but he had 9. So
Juicy Torres did the same.
yeah, it just wasn't.
We had 2 guys that almost went yard, and they were both left field like foul, like barely. That was
Yeah,
kind of the same thing with Adames. I kind of sat up really quick. I'm like, there's no way. But
yep. And then Yelich 0 for 4. Of course, when we brag about him always pooping on the Reds yesterday. So is what it is. Able to min cash somehow with a combined 3 runs from our stacks. So we'll take it. Today's slate should be more fun with the pitching.
I also want to point out that it was funny that you texted me yesterday, oh my God, we're dead. Castillo 30%, Maeda 20. Maeda went like 3 innings, 3 earned, 6 strikeouts. And then I don't remember how many Castillo gave up, but he gave up a few, 5 strikeouts, 5 innings. Like I said, pretty much luck, but we'll take it. So let's start with pitching really quick because it's kind of condensed in a sense. Spencer Strider, Pablo Lopez, Framber Valdez, Andrew Abbott. We're skipping over this guy. George Kirby, Lance Lynn, Freddie Peralta, Braxton Garrett. This is insane.
It's
But
just with Strider's the same. They refuse to make him over 12K when they should, especially against the White Sox. We saw him more than today. He went 7 innings and 83 pitches. I'm not saying that Strider is going to do something,
right.
but I mean, come on now, Fanduel. Like, you got to make it at least difficult to get to him.
Yeah.
Minus 290 favorite. It's probably got like a 9.5K prop. I mean, there's not much else to say. Strider's number one. If you want to go somewhere else, there's a couple guys I like underneath him. Lopez, minus 240 favorite against Oakland. Probably because he rack up some Ks. Can't see Oakland. I mean, when's the last time you've seen Oakland score over like 5 runs? I can't tell you, honestly.
It probably happened 2 weeks ago and we didn't know. It was the A's.
Senga, we never play Senga. If you want to play Senga, go for it. Minus 120, probably 7.5K prop or something. Decent play if he can limit the walks. Abbott's the same. Milwaukee against lefties, absolute trash cans. They only scored 1 yesterday. His first start against Milwaukee went 6 strikeouts in the win. His last time out against Milwaukee didn't do so well, but I think he can rebound here, and the Reds need a win. So can go to him. Valdez feels like he's played the Angels a couple times, maybe not, but last time he played him, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts. Could see him having a decent day, -160 favorite, and then Kirby -210. Seattle probably needs to get a win here after dropping one yesterday. And the last guy I had was Garrett. He's the only one that's not favored at +100. I think Baltimore can strike out a ton against the lefties today.
Pretty much took everything that I had written down earlier, but I mean, the one thing that I find kind of interesting for Amber Valdez, his last two starts against, well, last three, like the last start against the Angels, 7 innings, pitch, 7 strikeouts, gave up 5 hits, but no earned. May 9th, his start, 8 innings pitched with 12 strikeouts, completely broke that slate. So he's been like pretty consistent. Like he's been good against the Angels, so that's kind of why I like him a lot. Spencer Strider, is facing the White Sox. His K prop is 9.5 strikeouts, and that's -108. Lopez, -235 favorite, 7.5 K prop, -152. Andrew Abbott's -135 favorites for the Reds, 6.5 K prop, -111. There's nothing much that I like besides that. You know, 34% Spencer Strider. It's not that appealing, but obviously there's a ton of upside there. The quality start, the win, the K prop. I like Lopez a lot, obviously against Oakland, but I think Framber Valdez is a good pivot, and I'm putting that in quotes because it's obviously he's right now. Framber Valdez is only getting 10% ownership. I think it's going to go up a little bit, but if I'm being honest with you, I think Valdez is my favorite play. I mean, it's like its own tier. Like Strider is like up there, and then my 1B is Framber Valdez. That's the way I see it. Stanga, there's weather concern. I hate that man with all my heart. George Kirby looks good here against Detroit, only getting 9%. But instead of paying 10-3 for Kirby, you can pay an extra 400 and get, Framber Valdez. You can do that, but I mean, not a bad pivot spot. Andrew Abbott at 10K. I remember shitting on him when he was like 8K, like, oh, who's this guy? And now he's 10K, and I'm kind of considering playing him. And that's pretty much it. I mean, focus on those top four. That's my opinion. Let's move on to stacks. So right now it's got, obviously the Yankees in Colorado and for St. Louis, Minnesota, San Fran, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Cincy, kind of just drops down from there. So what's standing out to you right now besides the Yankees that are going to score 3 runs today in Coors?
Yeah, they just continue to stink. There's not much else to say about them. I'll probably get some exposure. Not sure if I'm going to format again. We'll see, just depending on pricing. I don't know if they updated the pricing today or not. Yesterday I formatted because Fanduel forgot to change the pricing, so we'll see if they did it today. But
Everyone went. I checked some of the prices earlier. Everyone went up slightly, but nothing too major. I think like Volpe, or hold on, I'm just gonna pull it up really quick. I think Volpe is 2,900. I think what's his name? Donaldson got bumped up a little bit. Donaldson's 2,900. Um, Stanton 35, Bader 35, Gleyber Torres 33, Rizzo 32. Yeah, Volpe and Donaldson are 2,900. LeMahieu 2,800.
yeah, I mean, maybe a 3-man, but they're just really bad, honestly. Teams I had ranked behind them: Cincinnati, San Fran, Miami, Houston, Colorado, St. Louis, in that order. I think Cincinnati needs to get this win today, not just because I'm a Reds fan, but I just see them after getting skunked yesterday, putting up a decent outing here. At least a couple guys getting there. San Fran, I liked him a little bit yesterday. I liked him more today against Oviedo. I think if the weather can stay right, I know Pittsburgh has some storms popping up occasionally, so we'll see about that. Miami, sure, they're not very fun, but whatever. And then Houston, let's see where I yeah, against Detmers. Detmers is a boomer bust type guy, so they're a tournament play for me. Colorado, they looked decent yesterday, able to hit a few out. So I think with the lineup healthy again, maybe they can start getting a groove on. And then St. Louis, who we just never get right, I guess, is kind of in play.
Yeah. So when I wrote down Rockies, Yankees, Cardinals, Twins, Reds, Dodgers, Atlanta, San Fran. So right now, St. Louis, they're facing the Nationals, Jake Irvin, whatever this dude's name is. I can't ever say his name right. 3% leverage score, and I find that a little interesting. Ownership share is at 3% right now. The Twins playing Oakland, obviously good play. Buxton, Correa, Kepler, Kirilloff, whoever those guys. Knock on wood, it doesn't happen today because I don't know how much of this team we're going to get to, but the Braves always just ruin the slate. They put up 9 yesterday, and it was all because of that grand slam. Well, not all, but majority of the points came from Matt Olson, who we rostered, which was amazing. Playing Lance Lynn, playing the poverty White Sox. So I could see Atlanta. Right now, they're like 6 on the top stats pool. So I think that's going to change a little bit as the data updates throughout the day. But I mean, still a good play. The Reds are favorites today with Abbott on the mound. I think because Milwaukee's in the same division as you guys, right? And now they're tied, I think, or now the Reds are in second place. So these are like critical games for both sides. So I mean, you can even go Milwaukee, but the thing with Milwaukee is they can't hit off of lefties, and Abbott's a lefty. So I kind of like the edge that the Reds have. Seattle against Lawrenson looks a little interesting. I think Lawrenson was an all-star. I don't think I've ever rostered that guy my entire life of playing DFS. Seattle's a little interesting. Castillo got a little lit up yesterday. I think Seattle can bounce back. Houston against Detmers. Personally, I don't like Houston against Detmers, but I mean, like you said, it's a tournament play. Nothing wrong with trying that. And that's pretty much it. I got a feeling today might be a decent day for some Colorado bets. I don't know why, but
Could be.
um, give me your home run calls really quick.
So from that Philly series today, I got Real Muto going out. Gonna go Pete Alonso and then Spencer Steer from the Reds.
I'm gonna go with Bryce Harper. I'm gonna go Byron Buxton, and I always have to take someone when they play at Coors. I'm gonna go Anthony Volpe. So there's that. Uh,
Want to do lineups?
yeah, sorry, I accidentally muted myself and I was pulling it up. What kind of stack do you want to do?
Let's go with our usual 4-3-1. I don't think you need to hit contrarian. Let's just see balance. And then you want to just see where Strider leads us. Probably 100% Yankees.
If you didn't know by now, I'm at work and I'm using my hotspot. So that's why like everything's kind of loading up slowly. I got a feeling that this is gonna load up very slowly. So obviously 100% Strider because that's who we locked in. Really, you can really get to some Yankees. Billy McKinney at 2.6, Josh Donaldson 2.9, Volpe 2.9. Likes a little bit of the Twins here.
San Fran.
Yeah, San Fran, a little bit of the Brew Crew here.
No Reds. Interesting. Maybe it's a price thing. They're probably not that cheap.
All right, sorry about that. Had to take care of some stuff at work. So just to kind of bring back up what we were talking about, so next right now, obviously we have Strider at 100%. Who really likes the Yankees, a little bit of the Twins here. Correa at 2.8, Solano at 2.5, a little bit of the Giants. A little bit of Miami, like you're interesting.
Yeah. The thing that was interesting to me was no Reds. And the reason I'm looking at it now, their price tags are pretty steep. De La Cruz 45, McLean 39, Steer 36, Votto 36, Friedel 35, India 35. You can't get anyone under 2,800. So paying a premium for the Reds. So if you want to get to them, you either not playing Strider or you're playing a crappy 2-man or 3-man after that. So maybe not the Reds like I originally thought.
I was kind of thinking that too, because I was kind of like, where are the Reds? Where's Ellie? Like, I was kind of confused for a second, but yeah, this is a good team to use. In what the stacks or what the lineup generator likes, seeing what stacks, what players it likes. You can just hand build, or if you really want, you can export it to CSV and then update it straight to Fanduel. So that's just about cover everything. Do you have anything else to add?
No, just make sure to check out our lineup about 10, 15 before lock. We'll get it out there for you. If you want to tail, feel free. Make sure to check out Stochastic's tools in our description for all the data that you need, and like and subscribe if you haven't already.